Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a teacher planner template on Notion that you can access for free. This is something you can use if you're already a teacher or if you're about to be one like I am. I'm going to be walking you through how to use this template and how you can personalize it for you. Before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. So this is what the home page and template is going to look like. Now, the only difference is that when you first click on the link, this whole page is going to be locked. So keep in mind that you won't be able to click on anything. You do have to click, there'll be a button to the far right corner and it'll say duplicate, and you can click on that to create your own copy of this template. I really like this template because I really try to make it as teacher friendly as possible, using it for whatever you might use it for, lesson planning, classroom management, even professional development. So this is what you will be seeing when you look at it. Now feel free to change anything as needed. I did add some widgets in here, and I have some free widgets and there are links down below if you're interested in customizing those. So first we have the weather. This is like a little countdown, last day of school. I just picked a random day. This is a little section called My Busy Day. So you can really keep track of stuff you have going on. So maybe you have a conference coming up, or you need to make copies, or there's a meeting you need to attend. This really helps you keep track of it right here. Right here is a place for you to put a weekly newsletter. Now I do have this exact newsletter in the description down below. It is for free if you are interested in using that. At the bottom, we've got like a timer and stuff, a quote. This changes often. This is a little playlist. This is just a school playlist I put in. I thought it was really cute. We also have a whiteboard here that you can use as well. And then this keeps track of your weekly mood, because I do think mental health for teachers is very important. You can put your class website here and your school website here as well. And then we have the Teacher Hub. So this is where all the stuff really begins. The first one is school. So let's click on that. You can change the background if you would like. So feel free to personalize this again for you. This is all about your contact. So you've got anything like maybe your school principal, your assistant principal, their phone number, and all that good stuff. You can put a calendar here. You can put, again, their school website if you like. Some buttons right here that you can customize to maybe put like a video. Maybe you've got pictures about your school that you want to just really get excited for and put that here. This is where you can keep all the photos and videos, which I'm sure as a teacher you will be taking lots. So every album is customizable. So for example, in this album, we've got lots of space to put lots and lots of photos. And then the second one looks like this, just a different format. But again, you can kind of create your own, and you can kind of just save everything too. And if you need to, you can also just duplicate certain albums. So you can come up here and just click duplicate, and it will duplicate that album. Next we have, this is one of my favorite pages, the class manager. This is really cool. This shows your entire schedule for the entire week, all the classes, and what you'll be doing. Here's some little info. So ELA is 8 a.m. in the morning, every morning. We've got workshop and centers to do. And then after that, we've got math and science. And then sometimes it just changes throughout the day or the week. So you can also see this by subject. So you can kind of see what days and what times you teach a particular subject, which I really like, and I think it's really cool. Then we've got a place for some classroom routines. So morning, lunch, specials, transitions, afternoon, all helpful things to know as a teacher. These are some classroom events. So if you click on this for every month, it just has spaces for you to create more in detail and depth about a particular event if you'd like. And we've also got like a calendar here too. You can, again, put anything in these buttons as well. The year at a glance is a really good way to kind of keep track of looking ahead. Maybe you want to write a couple things down to be mindful about the month or just be aware of, like maybe spring break is in April or March and you want to be aware of that. Or maybe you have a field trip coming up in February or something, so you can write that down. Planning your year is also very specific. This really helps you to just plan everything monthly. And this is just a template that I created, but again, you can edit and change it if you want. But every month has a place for upcoming events, lesson plans. You can actually reference an individual lesson plan that you create in the template. So what you do is you do the at button on your keyboard and it'll mention a specific lesson plan. But I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to leave it as is, and there we go. That page is always my favorite. Classroom management is pretty fun too. Again, you can put anything here, and we've also got other pages that reference other links here. The first thing for classroom management is behavior tracking. So this basically just references all the groups. You may have groups. I don't know if you do, but if you do have groups in your classroom, then you can reference a particular student. If you know they do group points or something, this keeps track of it here too. All of this that you see though, it looks like a little bit messy, but honestly, these are really important because it all references something particular in the classroom management section. For example, in individual tracking in August, for example, if I click on this day, it shows me all my students and it shows me the warning system. So, like for example, Tony had a had a had a warning today. Sarah didn't have anything, so she's good. We've got some tickets. So Tony got a Bragg Gold ticket and Sarah got a Grow ticket, and then it references what group that they're in. We've got class goals. This is something that I would like to incorporate in my future classroom and why I put this page on here. I intend to have like weekly goals for my students to follow. This is just a place to kind of keep track of them. I really also want to do quarterly goals as well. So for example, for the first 9 weeks, we have the student's name. They're going to pick their goal and I'm going to monitor their progress and really encourage them in their goal. And then this leaves space for me to write a particular award for them at the end of every 9 weeks, which I think is important for positive reinforcement and student learning. And again, this is pretty much the same throughout all the other 9 weeks. So if you want to use this section, I highly recommend it. Next is class jobs. Depending on when you change class jobs, I thought about doing it maybe every couple months or maybe every 9 weeks sounds good. But you can list the class job, which student is doing what, a description. Status can be weekly or daily, depending on how often they're supposed to do that job. So this just really keeps track of that. You've got a supplies inventory as well. This just lists a particular item, when you need it by. The status is like, you want it, maybe you were given it, maybe you need to buy it, or you already have it. The purpose can be anything, as you can see, from classroom management to technology to parents, students, whatever, and a URL in case you have to go outside to actually get it. Classroom systems is a really fun one for you to kind of use. I really like this. This basically just talks about any systems, whether it's discipline, behavior, or anything having to do with a particular subject, anything with students or parents. So, for example, bucket filler of the week. Students get placed in a drawing after completing their homework every week, and the class interviews them, one different student a week. How often, the purpose is for students, and it boosts classroom management. Waiting room, I like this one. Students take a numbered clip and an order, and I interact with them when needed. This can be used daily. So it just really helps you to kind of organize what you actually want to do in your classroom. Again, I have this grouped by how often and the purpose of it as well, so it makes it easier to see. So if we go down to professional development now, but the first one is meeting notes. And I've got several templates here that I'll show you. So the first one is a school and staff meeting, and this is basically what it looks like. If you have to attend a school meeting or maybe a school board meeting or something, this will help you here. If you've got a parent-teacher conference, this is what it's going to look like. And then we've got like a space for parent feedback as well. So the student can definitely be involved in this as well, but for the most part, it's called parent teacher conferences, you know. We've got a grade level team meeting because I'm sure you will, or you've already had one and you know what they're like. Again, feel free to change this as needed. We've got a place for professional development because every teacher has to have this. So goals of the meeting, some notes, things to focus and work on, great thing to have. And last but not least, teacher and student. This is great in case you need to like have a small one-on-one conference, maybe in a particular subject area, like a reading conference or a math conference or something like that, or just in general overall. And feel free to make your own template as well. In the planning period, I really like this because it gives you space to kind of plan when you need to plan for things. So when you need to work on a lesson plan, when you need to make copies of what, when you might be fulfilling certain teacher duties. And again, you can reference anything from teacher duties to lesson plans or anything like that that you need to get done. And this just really helps. You can also collapse these, so you can just, click that toggle button. Here's some helpful links that you might need while in your planning period. This page is for motivational quotes and videos, just a space I feel like is very important for teacher mental health. You can list some affirmations here whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or tired or maybe even depressed. I feel like it's just really good to kind of evaluate your mental health. And this is a great place for you to do that. So the mentors and contact info is different from the school page where it lists like the school principal name. These are people that mentor you or that you want to mentor other people, or maybe they're your fellow grade level teachers or your neighbor teachers nearby. It's really great to have their information as well right here. And then we have a page for additional degrees and certifications. And again, this is just a page to kind of help you plan if you want to get maybe a master's degree or even a doctorate degree, or maybe an additional certification. Maybe you want to be a literary specialist or language specialist or something like that. This is a place for you to kind of plan that out. This page, teacher info, kind of goes along with this, as that's why it's right here. But we will get to that in a second. Lesson planning. This seems like a lot, but don't worry, I'm going to walk you through step by step as to what is everything. This is just a to-do list if you need to do anything for lesson planning, any supplies that you might need to be getting soon. These are all links referencing certain pages within this Notion template. The only three that really correspond to lesson planning is lesson plans, state standards, and resources. Let's go to the state standards first because it's less daunting. This is really a great place to keep all of your state standards on hand, because when you're writing lesson plans, it can be very tiresome to go to the website on and again. My state often has PDFs that I have to download and keep, so this just keeps it on handy right here. Um, Again, you can access lesson plans and student records, which are two different pages that will help you out as well, and then a place to put your classroom website as well if you need that. So lesson plans. Conquering the week ahead. I've left a space where you can reference certain lesson plans, any reminders. If you want to write out the schedule for the particular day, you don't have to have this, but it is helpful if you just want to know what lesson plans come up or things that you have to get done regarding lesson plans. But you do have class manager as well, so you may not have to use this if you do not want to, and that's perfectly fine. You also have, again, places that references everything, but the really two that you should focus on is units and all lesson plans. So when you click on units, this gives you a particular unit and their subject, the subject that it references, what type of assessment is included, what is the unit number, all the lesson plans. So I have one for right now, but you may have more than one lesson plan in an entire unit, and that's fine because this will help you reference that particular lesson plan. And this is just where you can keep track of all your units. All lesson plans, this is all the lesson plans that you will make in this planner. And we can categorize it by month. We've got a schedule. We've got the different subjects that you can organize it by, the level. I've got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, um, status as to when you're completing them, and the different types of assessments as well. Just to kind of show you, if you click on just to create a new lesson plan, you've got several templates. So lesson plan template, I'm just going to edit it and just kind of show you what it is. So this is the first one. This is just a very basic one, but you've got your learning objectives, materials, structure. So before the lesson, activities, differentiation, assessments, and then self-reflection. Here's what it kind of looks like. It's very similar to the way WSU is set up. We've also got small group. I'm just going to show you this one as well. This is great for if you need to do like small group intervention or maybe like a mini lesson or something like that. It's just very helpful. And I'm going to go back to, yep, here we go. All right. So next we have students. I really like students a lot. The first is attendance. What's very cool about attendance is that it keeps track of who's present, who's absent, and who's tardy for a particular day. If you scroll down, you can see individual students, and this completely tallies up how many days were they present, absent, and tardy total and their overall percentage of attendance. I really love this. It's just so cool. I did all the hard work so that you don't have to. Student records. Again, you can edit these as well. If we go to ELA, for example, first 9 weeks, this is a section where you can keep track of what you need to grade. But if we look at students' grades, here's the student. Here's all of their grades, all the stuff that they've done for ELA. Here's the total correct out of how many, their overall grade in ELA. The entire class is just listed out like this. This shows you the particular assessment. So, for example, science exam, here's the class score, here's the lesson plan associated with it, here's the unit that it references, the status of the grading, and the students obviously involved in it. And then you can just, if you need to add the grade, you can just click it and add the grade in here, or you can do it in this little chart here. But I've also organized it by status and the scoring as well. And that's pretty much the same all the way down. And it's also pretty much the same for math, social studies, and science. I mean, it's really it's really not that much different. I mean, everything is ready to go for you. Like I said, I did all the hard work here. Communication log is a great place to keep track of student conferences, so one-on-one conferences with students and with parents as well. Seating chart. This is going to be cool for you. This is a whiteboard that you can actually help to design your own seating chart. And again, if you have groups, you can reference a particular student within these groups. And last but not least, class list. This is important because this is all the information about your students. So their name, their number, health concerns, birthday, their guardian contacts, transportation, any supporting documents, maybe like an IEP or a 504 plan. This is last met with them as far as conferencing goes. And then we've got differentiation as well. And again, these are just helpful links to help you if you need. And I've also organized this by transportation, birthday, and differentiation. When we move on to parents, we only have actually two pages because this one references communication log. But for weekly newsletters, you can this is the same newsletter as in the front homepage that you can actually keep a record of what weekly newsletters you sent out. And you also have access to a Google Drive and anything else that you need to reference. Contact info is just very basic contact info for parents. You can reference what student. Again, the color is obviously by a group color. So, red, blue, green, or whatever. Their phone number, mailing address, last time you contacted them, again, accessing that communication log, and some info about their family, which I think is important to build relationships with parents on. And the last but not least page we have is all about me. This is going to be all about you as a teacher. So again, these are just pages that we've already talked about and referenced. Teacher info. This is going to be all about you. So, your name, your school, your year, email, room number, number of years of teaching, health concerns. These are all my health concerns at the moment. You can add images, you can add videos, whatever. This is about your education. So, your universities, awards, honor societies, clubs, any support network that you have, some fun facts. I think this is just really fun for students to get to know about you too. And I've even included, why did you want to be an educator? And then my favorites. Again, this is just good, for the school to get to know you or the parents or the students as well. Books, stores, movies, drinks, candy, sports, animals, food. Feel free to pile it on. um, we have teacher memories. Now, this is I think very unique for a planner in general to have, but I really wanted to have this in my teacher planner for Notions. I thought I would include this as well. Teacher memories is helpful for you to capture every year that you teach. So maybe something a student said, did, maybe a good moment with a student, include a class picture, what makes this class memorable, class roster, overall 1 year to describe this year, favorite moments as a teacher this past year, and then kind of reflecting on that year. And then last but not least, we have goals. And this just keeps track of goals you have as a teacher. While it's important for your students to set goals, I know it's important for teachers to set goals as well. So maybe you have a particular one that you want to keep track, and this just helps you to kind of set a SMART goal. So as I said, feel free to personalize this, but don't forget to click the duplicate button because you won't be able to click on anything once you um, do have access to this free link. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this tour helps you to get started on yours. The link is free down below, including the other free resources that I mentioned. I also have, if you haven't already, have access to my student Notion template. If you're a college student or a WGU student, I have a Notion template that I've used in the past, and I have a video that kind of walks you through that one as well. I'll link those down below. Access that weekly newsletter that I talked about. That will be in the description below, as well as the college degree roadmaps that are now available and free for you to use as well. Those are free. And all of the widgets as well as I talked about. Everything is free down below. I will link it all. Please don't forget to access those if you're interested. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and see everyone again soon. Bye.